I think it's time we admit something. Wednesday is no longer just a series about an eccentric Gothic girl navigating a strange boarding school. It's turning into something much bigger. And with Season 3 officially moving forward before Season 2 has even aired, Netflix isn't just confident. They're building a universe. Yes, the Addams Family is about to get even larger. And if you've been paying attention to how this story has evolved, you can already feel the shift coming. Production on Wednesday Season 3 has officially begun, and the announcement didn't arrive quietly. Netflix released a cast reveal video confirming new and returning faces. But what really caught my attention wasn't just who is coming back. It's what these additions imply about where the story is heading. Before we even get into the new cast, let's talk about where Season 2 leaves us. Because the ending reshapes everything. Grandmama Frump is revealed to be holding the supposedly deceased Ophelia captive. Tyler heads off with Capri toward a hidden pack of masterless hides. And Wednesday herself sets out alongside Uncle Fester and Thing to find Enid after her full werewolf transformation. That is not a small cliffhanger. That is expansion territory. Season 3 isn't just continuing a mystery. It's opening the supernatural floodgates. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. Winona Ryder is officially joining Wednesday Season 3. After reuniting with Tim Burton and Jenna Ortega in Beetlejuice, Ryder is stepping into the world of Nevermore as a character named Tabitha. And if you know Burton's history with Ryder, this casting feels symbolic. Their collaboration dates back decades. Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, Frankenweenie. Burton doesn't cast her lightly. When she appears in one of his projects, she matters. And the fact that she's entering Wednesday now, at this stage in the series, suggests her role isn't decorative. It's strategic. At the same time, Sarandon is also joining the cast as a mysterious character named Balthazar. This marks his first collaboration with Burton since The Nightmare Before Christmas. And if that name sounds familiar, it should. In early conceptual material for the 1991 Addams Family film that Burton was once attached to direct, Balthazar was reportedly envisioned as a relative of the Addams family, a cousin connected to Gomez and Morticia's backstory. Now, consider that Season 2 already expanded Morticia and Gomez's past. You see where this might be going? If Balthazar ties into family history, Season 3 could lean heavily into Addams' lineage lore, and that's something the show has only scratched the surface of so far. There's another curious detail. In the cast announcement video, the wine bottle next to Balthazar features a question mark. That could easily be a subtle tease of another character not yet revealed. Burton loves planting quiet clues. He doesn't waste visual space. And given that Eva Green was cast in November as Ophelia, Morticia's sister, we're seeing something deliberate here. Burton is assembling a familiar circle. With Catherine O'Hara already involved in the series and Sarandon now confirmed, it almost feels like a subtle Nightmare Before Christmas reunion taking shape. And if you know Burton, you know he values creative family. There's even speculation that another major casting announcement could still be pending. But let's shift to something that surprised many fans. Noah B. Taylor, who portrayed Bruno Yusan, is departing the series. His storyline involving Enid had already taken dramatic turns. After Enid revealed that her previous relationship was still unresolved, Bruno exited Nevermore. That narrative door closed quickly, but another Noah is entering. Noah Taylor, who previously worked with Burton in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, joins the cast as a mysterious character named Cyrus. Again, Burton pulls from trusted collaborators. And again, that signals importance. Season 3 isn't random expansion, it's curated. And that brings us back to Ryder. This will mark her first major Netflix appearance since Stranger Things concluded its run. For years, she defined Joyce Byers. Now she steps into Nevermore. Her role remains undisclosed beyond the name Tabitha, but Burton himself expressed genuine excitement about her joining the world. He described her as a perfect fit, a longtime friend, someone who belongs in this universe. When Burton speaks like that publicly, it's not just promotional language, it's personal. Creators Al Gough and Miles Miller, who also worked with Ryder on Beetlejuice, echoed that sentiment. They emphasized that when it comes to portraying outsiders, Ryder is unmatched. And that statement hits at the core of Wednesday. This show is about outcasts, about identity, about finding power in strangeness. Ryder embodies that energy. Now let's talk timeline. With production officially underway, we can look at past release patterns. Previous seasons required roughly 6 months of filming, followed by an extended post-production window. If that schedule repeats, Season 3 could wrap around September and arrive around May 2027. That may sound distant, but building a Gothic universe takes time, especially when there are spin-offs in development. Fred Armisen's Uncle Fester project remains in active development. That means Netflix isn't just expanding Wednesday's narrative, they're testing franchise longevity. And honestly, that makes sense. Wednesday is currently one of Netflix's most successful English-language series, ranking among its top-viewed titles. The platform knows what it has. But here's the bigger question. Can expansion maintain quality? Because scaling up cast size, mythology, and legacy expectations increases pressure. Season 3 now carries multiple threads: Ophelia's captivity, Tyler and the Rogue Hides, Enid's transformation, Addams Family lineage, new mysterious characters like Balthazar and Cyrus, and whatever Tabitha's role truly is. That's a lot of narrative weight. If handled correctly, it elevates the show into deeper Gothic territory. If mishandled, it risks fragmentation. And that's where Burton's involvement becomes critical. His aesthetic is unmistakable. His tone blends macabre humor with emotional sincerity. But consistency across seasons requires balance. The first season succeeded because it mixed mystery with character growth. Season 3 must avoid becoming mythology overload. At the same time, I can't ignore how exciting this casting lineup feels. Winona Ryder in a Burton-led Gothic series centered around misfits? That's not random. That's almost poetic. Chris Sarandon stepping back into Burton's orbit? That's legacy resonance. Noah Taylor reuniting with Burton? That's trust. And Eva Green entering as Ophelia? That's intensity. There's a pattern forming. Wednesday is slowly becoming a convergence point for Burton's creative history. And if you've followed his filmography over the years, you can feel the connective tissue. The question is whether Season 3 will lean into nostalgia or reinvent the formula entirely. Personally, I hope it does both. Give us the dark whimsy. Give us the absurd Gothic humor, but also push Wednesday into unfamiliar emotional terrain. Her journey can't remain static. Her psychic abilities, her evolving relationships, her shifting moral compass all need progression, especially after that season to finale. If Enid's transformation becomes central, the emotional stakes rise. If Tyler's Rogue Hide faction becomes antagonistic, the scale widens. And if Grand Mazma's secrets unravel further, family dynamics intensify. This is no longer just about solving a campus mystery. It's about redefining the Addams legacy for a new generation, and casting legends alongside rising stars signals ambition. Now I want to know something. Are you excited about Winona Ryder joining this world? Or do you think expanding the cast this aggressively risks diluting the original energy? Because that debate is already forming. One thing is certain: Wednesday Season 3 isn't playing small. Production has started. The universe is expanding. Burton's creative circle is tightening. And Netflix is clearly positioning this as more than just a seasonal hit. It's a franchise play. If the writing holds, this could be the most ambitious chapter yet. And if it falters, the weight of expectation will be undeniable. Either way, we're watching a Gothic empire being constructed in real time. And as always, I'll be here breaking down every reveal, every casting shift, and every hidden clue as they emerge. Stay curious. Stay strange. I'll see you in the next analysis.